somehow, and I'm not sure how, we've got to get the mindset away from, I can't afford to have my maintenance guy off property for 4 hours to go to training because who's going to pick up all the trash? And I know that's really broad, and I don't mean it to sound sarcastic. Well, I do actually, but I deal with, in one of the jobs that I do with one of the clients that I work with, I talk to multifamily companies on a regular basis, specifically about training, and I work for a virtual reality training company. Um, and one of the conversations that I start with is, okay, so we're talking about virtual reality training. We're going to set up these learning paths for you so you guys can learn, they can grow, and they can do things. So how much time are we looking at giving our maintenance guys, not leaving property, sitting down at a computer before or after lunch? What's the time frame that you're looking at giving as far as the amount of time? Well, we could probably get a couple of hours a quarter in, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of usually start at an hour a week is where I'd like to see you tell me you want to do this. And so we've that, to me, that's probably the biggest thing. You ask maintenance guys, so what kind of training are you getting, and how often is it happening? And the answer is, well, yeah, I was scheduled to go to this one thing at the apartment association, but then my manager told me I couldn't go because we got too busy with turns, or whatever it might have been. And so, we have to figure out a way to break that mindset on the corporate side. And to me, training, much like software implementation, training top down. If the president of the company is not willing to say, yeah, man, we are into training our people and we are getting you this training, Jed, to hear the way you guys are doing it, I mean, congratulations, because wow, your guys are doing what I did when I worked for, and I don't mind saying it, when I worked for Equity Residential, because I worked for 15 years for Equity Residential. Why didn't I not worry about talking to anybody else in the neighborhood when I was working for Equity Residential? Because I always knew it was coming next. Oh, that's right, we got this soft skill training. Oh, we got air conditioning training coming up. Oh, we got this other thing coming up. Right? I don't care. I don't want to go. What am I going somewhere for a quarter or 50 cents? I got more knowledge coming that's going to make me more valuable later.
Right.
And if that can come from top down, then people get excited.
It's like a 3 week training program. It meets a couple nights a week. And, we try to take people that know nothing and teach them, basic skills. So when they do become employed at, one of your companies, they're not coming in completely green. They're coming in with at least some knowledge. We Chadwell sponsors those classes and gives them a nice toolkit. So they're coming with something, with some basic hand tools, nothing major, but our association, our area anyway, and I know us at NOAA, we do hire people from this program.
I've been spinning my brain here because the talent level coming in is and if you disagree, just raise your hand, but is almost zero walking through the door, and wanting a significant amount of money to even walk through that door, with nothing, never even held a tool before, most of the time. So I've been spinning my brain on this, and there's training programs, and we have interplay. And to Craig's point, how long are you going to sit behind a computer? What benefit am I getting from this person that is sitting here? So I've been spinning my brain, and this is totally new, and I'm trying this with one of my regional maintenance directors, and we're going to try it just as a little trial. And what I'm thinking to do is, when we hire somebody that comes in green and they don't have that experience, is we're going to have our maintenance supervisor on that site teach them how to use a multimeter, and go and give them the task of checking a number of AC units on the property, show them how it works, show them how to pull the disconnect, show them how to open the panel, what tools to use.
We are hiring for your personality, your grit, your drive, your customer service skills more than we are how many years in maintenance experience that you have. That's what we need, because like what was said, our customers are our jobs. Without our residents, we don't have positions any longer. So, starting with that mentor-mentee process of being able to work with our senior maintenance teams and go through and make sure that they understand all the safety aspects, all of the training aspects, and how our company actually does things correctly and safely, I think makes a big mark on somebody for that. That's the company that they want to stay with.
You would pay for someone to be a certified electrician or like go through all the training to become an actual electrician, and then
That is,
potentially they have the risk of like leaving your company.
that's correct. I mean, that's a potential that we all, or that's a risk that we all have to take, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
the risk is greater if you don't train somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, every other time in my career, you've offered somebody money and they've signed. It's like usually the day they show up, but it's been like multiple times right now, just between Thrive and Greystar, where we're kind of seeing people just not have that commitment just to even start. It's interesting just getting people through the door, and even when they're saying they want it.
In other words, we're asking people on the way out the door, why are you leaving? I've tried it with my little small department and it worked out really, really well. But is anybody here doing on your 3/4 year anniversary? Every, what is that? 9 months? Yeah, every 9 months, just rotating through. What do you like about the company you work for? What is it about the organization? Is anybody doing or have a process like that?
We do. We have actually like an annual interview slash template, or like whatever you want to call it, review. And there's different categories. You can review the corporate site, and you can review your on-site, you can review your coworkers. All that gets rolled up into, certain data sets, and then is 100% reviewed by our CEO, like all the comments that people make about everything. And then from that, we've actually found out some good information that, people believe this VP is not as personable as they would like them to be or whatever. And then they're like, well, I didn't know that. I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to be. So I'm going to work on that.